Voice is clear with your side?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear. Shall I have to use earphones for that? If I have to wear, I can use them.
What you want to, pardon, please?
Do I have to wear earphones for that, ma'am? If it
No,
is
no, no,
okay?
not required, not required. It is okay.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
now introduce yourself first.
Ma'am, my name is Mudassir Hussain Sofi. I belong to village Rakshalna Tengan, which falls within the jurisdiction of district Badgam. As far as my education qualification is concerned, I have done my schooling from two places earlier in Aligarh till 10th.
Hmm.
And after that, I came back to my hometown and did my 12th with first class division.
Okay,
After
then.
that, I went to Pune for Bachelor of Law. I completed my Bachelor of Law in 2011 from Bharati Vidyapeeth University, Pune.
Okay.
After Once I finished my Bachelor's of Law, I came back to my hometown and started practice with my senior Mir Muzaffar Hussain.
Okay. Oh,
I
I have gone through your form. You are, yeah, it's like you are having a 10-year experience, okay, of advocacy. So
Yes,
why
ma'am.
you want to become a prosecuting officer when you are already in a practice?
Well, although I like my current position as an advocate,
Mhm.
but at the same time, keeping into consideration the uh, value of that post, I think I am ready to be more responsible towards the state, and my knowledge and skill shall be contributed in the governance of the state, and most importantly, in the judicial system.
Okay, so why not, if you want to serve judicial system, so why not you go for the judiciary examination? Why for EPO?
Well, ma'am, I have already appeared in several exams,
Mm-hmm.
KCA Judicial Srinagar, but unfortunately, I was not able to crack the mains. But still, I was trying, and this was also good opportunity for me to be in the
So you
selection.
are saying APO as a secondary option or the primary option?
No, right now it is a primary option just because this belongs to my field, and also the category of these officers are considered among the class one officers. To be very honest with this, so
Fine.
I'm very
Tell
much
me
competent
something
for that.
about your state.
Well, I belong to the Jammu and Kashmir state, which recently has been converted into a union territory of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh
Mm-hmm.
after the abrogation of Article 370 and Article 35A. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a very beautiful state. Earlier, there were some turmoils, but government has made a recent, developments in every segment of life. So people are coming in contact with the government as well, and people are definitely making good changes. And it's a
So
very
you feel
beautiful state,
any kind
very
of
much.
change by you feel any kind of change by removing 370 and Article 35A?
Yes, definitely. This is the first change I'm seeing, that they are introducing this prosecuting officer through a very competitive commission, that is Jammu and Kashmir Public Service Commission.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of more things regarding job opportunities, security, even education. Why I went to outside to study law just because of the turmoil. But right now it's good option to stay here.
Okay. And for a common people, it's regarding a law perspective you are saying, and regarding a common people.
Common people are also safe, and the government are making more and more initiatives through policies and some awareness program that they shall be aware about the government and all. So gradually it will take time, but the government is making efforts, and it is also the responsibility of the citizens as well.
What's your hobby?
I have mentioned camping and gymming.
Okay, camping.
Well,
Which type of campaigning or which kind of campaigning?
earlier I would like to share that why I have made this camping as a
Mm.
hobby. Just because when we were outside, we were living with the different people belonging to different states. So when I met them and introduced myself as a Kashmiri, so they used to tell me about different places which I have never visited, and it was very embarrassing for me. Then
Mm.
after that, because most of time I have spent outside, then I came back and decided to visit these places, and gradually it became a kind of hobby to see my place first and go with the friends, and it attributes other qualities as well. that you become fit, you take decisions, and you do a little bit cooking and all. So it
Okay.
makes your mind refresh.
Okay, I have gone through your object of your life. It's like environment. You want to do work in environment, right?
Yes, sure, sure.
Okay. So till now, what you have done in that area?
Yeah, so far, basically, I belong to the family that is the farmer's family. My father was a farmer, and he was actually, well, we did all kind of stuff, vegetables, rice padding, and everything. So I always put my efforts to help him some way, but mostly I was busy with my studies and practice, so I could not make it that much. But yeah,
Okay.
plantation of trees has been my hobby, and my garden is full of trees.
Mhm. Main crop of Jammu?
That is rice and maize.
Okay. There is something recently very much in news, which is JNK delimitation. Do you aware with that
Yeah,
thing?
yes,
What
I
is?
am aware of it.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, they are actually delimiting the constituencies of Jammu and Kashmir with respect to the election which are going to be happening in the valley. So they have added Anantnag with Rajouri and Punch as well as Jammu divisions. They have made it one division, and rest of the Badgam and Srinagar are being kept for
Hmm.
another.
Okay. Who is
And
Hmm. Tell me,
with
tell
regard
me.
to the current constituencies, with regard to the seats in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, they will remain the same.
Okay. There is a commission set up for this JNK delimitation. Who is heading that commission?
Yeah, she's a lady. I don't remember right now, but I read it.
Hmm. She's a
I
lady.
can't recall the name. Yeah, yeah, she
Okay.
was a lady.
No, that is retired Supreme Court Justice Ranjan Prakash Desai. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Delimitation Commission, man.
for the delimitation commission. Okay, fine. What if we talk about custom as a source of law? What is it?
Well, the law has been actually originated from the customs as well. If we see that it is a basic of law, the society itself has put some laws together.
Mhm.
They started following it, and once they started following it, it get the sanction by the people of that organized society, and ultimately it become the law
If there
when
are
it was
some
for the
kind of
better.
essentials for the custom to become a law, is there is something like that?
Yeah, it can become, but if it is for the betterment of the society, then it can become.
In jurisprudence, there are some certain essentials which are given
For
for
in
the custom
for
to
instance,
become a law.
I would like to mention an example with regard to the collegium system that we appoint the judges, and there is no such hard and fast rule, so they go with the custom that the senior most judge of this will be the.
Okay, fine. I am asking about the customs in a jurisprudential way.
Okay, ma'am.
So what is it? There are some essentials which
Yeah,
are given by the eminent jurist. What are
yeah,
their
it should be. Yeah,
essentials? Hmm.
the essentials should be followed for a long time. First
Hmm.
of all, that should be the
Hmm.
criteria. Second thing, that it should have been accepted by all the people who are making the laws, and certainly they are following it, and gradually it gets the sanctity of
What is PIL?
enforcement of law.
What is PIL?
PIL is public interest litigation. It can be filed by any public separated person, or even though it has any interest in that or not, but
Hmm.
he directly can approach to the Supreme Court for even the high courts, seeking the redressal of any public issue which is in concern.
Is there any difference between judicial activism and PIL?
Yes, there is a little bit difference. Judicial activism is something that is a kind of supervision over the acts of other organs of the government. That
Hmm.
means they can suo motoli taken cognizance with regard to that. It's a kind of to maintain a balance between these three organs and to go for a better governance.
Okay. Uh, what do you understand by the legislative relation between the center and the state?
This relation has been actually provided in the Constitution of India from Article 245. So it says that the union will have the relations with the center as well as states. And there are three lists which are provided under Schedule 7, that is central list, state list, and concurrent list. So different segments have been provided with regard to that, how they have to deal. And different subjects have been provided to the different, even the union
Recently,
and
one
the
case
state
is
as well.
very much in news, which is regarding hijab. What is
Yes, ma'am.
your view regarding hijab?
Well, my view regarding this would be totally in consonance with the Constitution of India, ma'am, that provides that the fundamental right under Article 21, that with regard to any practice, whether it is purely a religious practice or not, definitely would depend upon that. We have to go to the genesis of that thing, where it originated and what was the sanctity of that. And that I cannot come up with whatever would be the decision of the Supreme Court. I definitely would abide by that.
Okay. And triple talaq?
Yeah, that is the most important and landmark amendment which has made with respect to the protection of a woman, because Article 15, Clause 3 itself gives the powers to the state to make laws with regard to the safety and prevention, protection of the woman. Sorry,
Which kind
and
of
I think it's
talaq
a
has
very
been
good
dealt in
law.
triple talaq? Which kind of talaq has been
Triple,
dealt in triple talaq? What was the name of
uh,
that particular talaq?
it was, m- I guess, Talaqul Biddat,
Okay.
and wherein they could, in one consecutive breath, they can pronounce talaq either by phone, either by any means of communication. But if you go to the reasoning of that talaq, I think it is not good, because there has to be some reconciliation. There has to be an opportunity to be given to the opposite side, which is the paramount of any person. That is a fundamental right, that he should be heard.
Hmm.
So I think it is good. It has been made punishable. Recently, I have dealt with a case where I have made an application under 156 clause 3, asking the judicial magistrate to direct the concerned police station to lodge an FIR with regard to the same.
Okay. Fine. When we talk about committal order, what do you understand by that committal order?
Ma'am, committal order is provided under section 323
Hmm.
CRPC, which says that when the judicial magistrate comes with a case, and he is of the opinion that after preliminary inquiry, he is of the opinion that, and the material provided before him, he is of the opinion that it is directly triable by the court of session, and he can commit it to the court of session or the magistrate who is competent to commit it.
Okay. What is circumstantial evidence?
Circumstantial evidences basically are the evidences which are the periphery, which are not directly related to the fact in issue. They are the periphery which actually are in the shape of fact or a relevant fact, which proves the relevancy of that fact in issue. That has been provided from section 555 to 55, ma'am.
And if we talk about circumstantial evidence related to the death case at the matrimonial house, what kind of circumstantial evidences you will be looking for?
Well, I will be looking for, if it is a case of death, the first and foremost thing, we have to go for the cause of death. We have to see whether there was any kind of cruelty earlier, whether she had made any calls to her parents with regard to that, whether she has mentioned anything about it, and also regarding the neighbors, we can ask them. These are the circumstantial evidence which can be gathered to come to the
Uh,
conclusion.
what is the evidentiary value of Panchanama?
The evidentiary value of Panchnama, as has been provided, is not that much.
Hmm.
Uh, it's not that much strong piece of evidence.
Mhm. Okay, it is
So,
not a
but
substantial piece of evidence, but for
it's
what
not a
we can use
substantial
that?
piece of.
Yeah, it is not a substantial piece of evidence. And then why it is used
We
then?
can use it for the contradiction purpose under section 145,
In which case it is, has
and,
been said?
in
Corroboration.
corroboration as well.
In which case it has been said?
I'm sorry, ma'am, I don't remember the case,
Okay.
but I will work on it.
Okay.
They are
What do
mostly
you
asking in
understand by
the,
fact? What is
well,
fact?
fact is anything. Fact is anything. I'm sitting here, it is a fact.
Okay.
and some things are arranged in a certain particular sequence. It is a fact.
Okay.
You're interviewing me right now. It's a fact, ma'am.
Okay. Or in evidence, if we talk about what is fact,
Fact is basically all the things which are related to any incident
which are related to
which
fact
goes
issue.
on, which are related to fact in issue, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. If we talk about division of facts by Bentham, Bentham has given some
Okay.
certain kind of division of facts. What are that
Yes,
division of
yes.
facts?
The division of facts given by Bentham are factum probentia and factum probandum, ma'am.
Hmm. What are they?
Factum probentia is that is known as principal fact, and factum probentia is I don't remember. I'm not recalling it right now.
Or it is something else? These are the types
Maybe it
of
can be
facts
something else.
which are given in the books, but not given by the Bentham. Bentham has given physical and psychological facts. Okay.
Okay,
Second,
okay.
he have given events and the state of things, and third, it is positive and negative facts. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What is a document under Evidence Act?
Document is any substance
Hmm.
or a material over which some information is written by means of any word, figure,
Hmm.
sign, or anything which gives the information about anything, ma'am.
Okay. If we talk about tape records or speeches which are in a recording format, are they document?
Yes, they definitely they are documents. It has been provided under Section 65B of Indian Evidence Act, ma'am.
And if we talk about currency, are they document?
I don't remember. I think
Yes, yes, they include currency, Indian currency as well as the foreign currency. Both are the documents, and it has been said in the case of Shyam Charan Soha versus SDM ka case tha. Okay, what is
okay, ma'am.
presumption?
Ma'am, presumption is provided under Section 4 of the Indian Evidence Act, and presumption can be of it is may presume, shall presume, and conclusive proof. May presume where the court has the discretion whether to go for a presumption, and it's a rebuttal one. And shall presume it's a directory upon that they must presume a fact, and it's also a rebuttal one. But the conclusive proof is that it cannot be rebutted. The fine example of this is we can go to Section 112 of Evidence Act, which says that during the pregnancy, if the child is delivered within 280 days of after divorce, it will be considered the child of that parent, ma'am.
Okay, if we talk about that evidences which are obtained by illegal search or by illegal means, are they relevant?
Not that relevant, but somehow they are relevant on the only the part of the discovery part which is provided under Section 27.
No, that
That
is
part can
totally
be
different.
relevant.
That is regarding the statement given to the police officer. I am asking if the evidence has been procured by illegal means, what will be the admissibility of that evidence?
I think it will be admissible because if you think about that Section 29 of Evidence Act, it says that the evidence is in secrecy or giving any kind of deceit by deceitful means that has been allowed, ma'am. As
Okay.
far as I
And what about the illegal
can
means?
comprehend. Illegal, it will not be allowed, I guess.
The complete question is
Because
about that only, na? The evidence has been procured by illegal means. So it
then
will
I
be
think
admissible or not?
it will not be admissible.
Okay. Are you sure?
Because if you go to Section 5 of Evidence Act, it gives the right for any person to prove his fact. But nowhere it is mentioned that it has to be in a illegal way.
See,
So I consider and
in this particular question, there is a case of Bharat Tamang versus Union of India, in which that portion of evidence it is admissible, and the illegal means is dealt with with the act which is it is illegal. Let's say it is IPC or it is any other act which is under that act which is
okay,
illegal. Okay, the evidence is
okay,
admissible in that thing.
okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
what is conduct?
Conduct is basically covered under Section 8,
Mhm.
I guess, of Evidence Act, and basically the conduct of the conduct of the accused will be relevant only when he proves that he's of good character, then his conduct can be put to question, and we can shake the credit of that by saying that
Is there something like
his conduct is.
subsequent conduct?
Yes, it is also relevant. Yes,
Oh,
subsequent conduct is also relevant.
okay. What is the object of test identification parade?
The test identification parade is basically provided under Section 9, which is the vast section among all the sections, and it has been given the shape under Section 54A of Code of Criminal Procedure Code,
Mm-hmm. If there is
51 or 54.
if test identification parade is taking place after 11 years, so it will be relevant or it will be not relevant, or the magistrate or the court will be permitting for that test identification.
Basic, yeah, the main objective of the test identification parade is to do as soon as possible.
Hmm.
Because but in the rarest of the rare case, yes, definitely for the administration of justice it can be done, because it depends upon the kind of mental ability or that person have who has seen it,
Mhm.
so it can
So
be
you
allowed.
say कि after 11 years also it is admissible.
Yes, it can be, because there is no such change that a person definitely went for a different phase and all, so it can be possible for the ends of justice.
Are you updated with the recent cases?
Yes, a little bit.
Little bit. Okay. Recently itself, in this month itself, Karnataka High Court has given a judgment regarding this test identification parade. And there was a case in which 11 years was there. That is why I'm specifying that 11 years. Because text
Yes, ma'am.
identification parade, it should be done as soon as possible. You only said after 11 years. If you have been seeing that person 11 years before, it's just for some minutes. So are you be able to recognize that person again?
No, no,
It
no,
is
no,
not.
not in that case.
Yeah.
But
So that is the only thing, na? That is why
but
Karnataka High Court cannot. They have said that test identification parade cannot be permitted after a lapse of several years. It is a
okay,
recent
ma'am.
judgment. I guess on 29th September they have given that thing. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. You can write down the name also if you want to. It is K. Umesh Shetty versus the State
It,
of Karnataka. The case.
it's I'm recording it, so it will help me in
Okay.
again. I will
Fine.
watch it again.
Fine. Fine. So in this case itself, it is there. Okay. Plea of alibi. What is that?
Plea of alibi is actually plea of alibi is provided under Section 11 of Indian Evidence Act, which says that the factors which are not relevant becomes relevant with the fact in issue. For an instance, it can be understood in a very good example that some uh, in Kashmir the crime has been committed, and the person against who is being alleged
Hmm.
was at that point of time in UK or USA. So it is totally irrelevant with the fact in issue, and that irrelevancy become makes it relevant under this provision, man. So he
Okay.
can take the refuge under that.
If we talk about confession and self confession, what is the difference between them?
Basically, all confessions are the part of admission. Basically, the admission is a genus, and confession is a part of it. So, confession is always made by an accused with regard to his own harm, ma'am. That he's actually admitting his own guilt. But another confession is that can be made before anybody with any friend. That is extrajudicial confession, I guess, outside the court as well.
What is self confession?
Self confession is that I'm admitting my guilt
In front of?
in front of judicial magistrate or
That
any
is a
other person.
confession, na?
Okay, then this is that I'm admitting it somewhere else outside the court
That is
with my friend.
extrajudicial confession. What
Then
is self
I don't
confession?
remember.
There is a case, Sahu versus Union of India, in which that person was sitting under tree and he was admitting that offense, admitting his confession to himself itself. Okay. So
Okay,
that
okay,
is
okay.
known as
He
self.
was not knowing that somebody else is watching.
No one was there. There was some person sitting on that tree and listening everything, in which that accused was not aware that the person is there on the tree or not, and he was saying everything that okay, I have killed that person, and मैंने उसको ऐसे मारा वैसे मारा. So it was like that. Okay, so this is known as
बिल्कुल
a
बिल्कुल.
self confession, and it is also admissible, and it is given in the case of Sahu versus Union of India.
Thank. Yes,
Okay,
I have read that case, ma'am.
you have.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
Just a second, there is a question I want to just recall. Retracted confession, what is it?
Retracted confession is when the prosecution brings the witness
Hmm.
and he retracts from what they are expecting from him to depose before the court, ma'am. And they declare it as hostile.
Hmm.
Or whatever he has stated in 161, he retracts from that confession.
Okay. Bail is liberty or custody?
Bail is a custody, ma'am.
Acha. Kindly elaborate that thing.
Basically, the jurisprudential and the constitutional aspect of CRPC is basically related to the curtailment.
Hmm.
That if the curtailment is allowed, and the second question that arises is how far the curtailment is to be there.
Hmm.
So once the bail is granted, it is always always freedom from custody, not from arrest. So they are allowing him to be free, but only when he fulfills some conditions, that is security, bail bond. So that means he has to make himself available whenever it is required by the court.
Hmm.
So he is not completely exonerated, and he cannot go anywhere unless he has any permission from the concerned court. So in that means that it is a bail in bail for custody, ma'am.
Okay. Or we can say that there is a shift of liability from the court side to the sureties. Liability on the
Yes, yes, it is
surety.
also.
Okay.
Yes, definitely, it is also.
Okay. Multiple dying declaration.
Yes, ma'am.
What is it? And
My,
which one is relevant? If there are n number of time declaration, then which one will be relevant?
there was a very famous case from Delhi itself, that was Akbir versus State of NCT Delhi,
Hmm.
wherein the accused has victim has already given three dying declarations earlier when she was at home, second when she was taken to the hospital, and third when she was in front of the magistrate.
Hmm.
And the last one, which was before the magistrate, was considered relevant, and also it was backed by the certificate given by the doctor that she was in a full mode of disposition, and she was able to understand all the questions put to her, and she was able to answer them properly. And that will be considered important. And if they are totally different, if there are so many dying declarations and they are not having a same version, they are not corroborating with the facts, then the I guess last one will be taken into consideration.
Okay. If we talk about lack of jurisdiction, okay, there are two words I'm using: lack of jurisdiction and irregular exercise of jurisdiction. They both are synonymous or they are different.
And they are a little bit different.
What is the difference?
A lack of jurisdiction is when simply that the judicial magistrate is not being conferred with the powers to deal with the cases. Suppose it being a special case, he has not he has no power to
Competent
deal
with
with it.
that power. Okay.
Yes, yes. But where it is irregularity,
Just
that
a
means he has
just a second. Yeah, go on.
when there is irregularity, that means he has a jurisdiction, but he has not implemented or exercised it in that particular way by which he has been directed. He deviates.
What is Prevention of Corruption Act? In a very short words.
Prevention of Corruption Act is basically a special law which has been introduced, uh, and it talks about the corruption which takes place and criminal misconduct of the public servants, if they acquire unnecessary illegal in a legal without legal remuneration, ma'am, undue advantage, and that property of which they cannot give satisfactory account for, which has not been earned by legal means.
Okay. Which courts are there to try this type of cases, corruption cases? Which courts are there?
Court of session, and they are designated as the special courts.
Special courts or central or state government will be appointing special judges for that particular offense.
Yes, it will be the court of session, and the judges will be appointed by the
Special judges
government.
will be appointed by the central and the
Yes,
state government.
yes,
Okay,
yes, ma'am.
fine. If we talk about IT Act, what is cybercrime?
Cybercrime is basically which are related to the uh, cyber field, where that internet is right now. The internet is
Hmm.
there, and everything we are making, digitalizing everything. So the crimes are also coming in that way.
Okay,
Cheating.
in IT Act there is digital signature.
Yes, ma'am.
What is it? How we can get a digital signature?
Digital signature is basically to authenticate the. It is for the purpose of authenticating the information which I am transmitting.
Hmm.
So it's a kind of pair that there you get a public key and a private key. Private key is for the opposite person to verify that, and
Hmm.
public key is for to see whether it is came from the genuine source or not.
Okay.
And
Uh,
there will always be the assumption.
okay. What will be the punishment for cyber terrorism under IT Act?
Cyber terrorism, he will be dealt with the death or life imprisonment
Life imprisonment.
if the death has been caused.
हाँ, ठीक है. And if someone destroys if someone destroys the computer source code as per section 65 of IT Act, what will be the punishment?
Uh, it will be 7 years up to.
And fine?
Fine will be, I think, I don't remember the fine, ma'am. I'm sorry,
You don't
but
remember the year
forgot.
also. It is 3 years and 2 lakh rupees or both it will be there. Okay. And
Okay, ma'am.
under section 43, maximum penalty.
Section 43, with regard to that, his
Computer system, destroying the computer system, unauthorized access, downloading the data and all.
it's, I think it's 1 year, ma'am.
1 crore.
Acha,
Penalty.
1 crore. I
Yeah.
think 10 crore is fine, I guess. 10 crore.
Kindly check it. Okay. Maybe it is not
Yes, ma'am.
updated with my side. Now kindly check it for section 43. Okay, fine. Something I want to say. You are sitting on a very much relaxed chair, and while answering the question, you are moving like this and this. It's not good.
Definitely.
It
Okay, ma'am.
shows that you are not giving respect to the other side person. Okay, it's about the body language. You are not very much attentive. You
Okay.
are not listening. Though you are listening that thing, you are giving me the answers, which are very much correct. But it shows, it present this thing like that thing. Okay, when I'm sitting with you, I'm like very much straight, very much attentive to your side. Okay, but what
Yes,
you are
ma'am.
doing, you are jiggling here
Definitely.
and there. Okay, don't do
Yeah,
that.
sure, sure. I will work on it. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, don't do that because it is like you are in 10 years of practice, so these thing comes in your body itself. It's okay,
I
but
was not.
you don't know about that thing. I know that you are not aware. You are doing that thing, but you are not aware that you are
Thank
like
you.
doing
Thank
like
you
that.
so much.
Okay, so don't do
Thank
this.
you so much,
You
ma'am.
will be
Thank you.
not getting this type of share itself there, so you will be not revolving
Sure,
there
sure.
also. Okay, and
Thank you.
secondly, everything is good, but just if there are some sections are there which you are not able to recall and you are seeing the wrong section, so go through that sections very much. If you are not
Yes,
clear
ma'am.
with the section, don't say the sections. Okay,
Yeah, definitely, ma'am.
don't
Okay.
say the action section, because you are giving the pre, you are giving the main, so you are very much clear with the section, you are very much clear with the theoretical questions, so examiner is not looking forward for the section number. Okay,
Sure,
the
ma'am.
interviewer are not there for looking for the section number, as
Looking for the section number.
clear with the pre and the mains also. Okay, so don't worry about that. Don't give the section number if you are not clear with that thing. Go through with the recent judgments. Recently,
Yes, ma'am.
Supreme Court is giving very much recent judgment. Because of lack of time, I'm not able to question
I'm not able to
questions. There are some
It's
cases
okay, ma'am.
which are related to marital rape. Also, recently, the Supreme Court has been given some of the cases which are very
Okay,
important.
ma'am.
Okay, so go through that thing. Live law is there. Go through
Yes.
that thing with that app or website. So you will be updated with
Okay, ma'am.
everything. And especially for Jammu and Kashmir, since you are very much good, it's okay. And anything else you want to ask me?
Ma'am, with regard to procedure, वो लोग they ask question why you want to become PO, and
Yeah.
मैंने जो अपना ये reason दिया है कि शायद मैं खुद भी satisfy नहीं हुआ, to be very honest.
हाँ, इसीलिए
तो
मैंने
मैं ये
आपको
चाहता हूँ कि
पूछा था
इस
कि इट इज प्राइमरी
जी
और द सेकेंडरी, बिकॉज इस क्वेश्चन में आप फंसोगे, ये चीज आप,
फंसना ही है मैम,
हाँ इसमें
तो
आप,
आप मुझे ये थोड़ा गाइड।
हाँ तो यू कैन से ना कि आई एम इन 10 years ऑफ प्रैक्टिसिंग एंड आई एम सीइंग दैट APOs आर देयर एंड आई एम वेरी मच अप टू कि आई शुड गो फॉर दैट थिंग बिकॉज दे आर हैविंग अ पावर इन विच वी आर नॉट कॉम्पिटेंट विद दैट मच ऑफ पावर. We are not having as a
ओके
lawyer right now. I am not too much having that much of power. I will be means APO and advocacy, general advocacy के बीच में difference देखो क्या क्या है
बिल्कुल
आपके
बिल्कुल
end में.
बिल्कुल मैम।
That will you will be aware with that thing. तो
अब मैंने
that difference,
अपनी जगह ये सोचा था, मैंने अपनी जगह ये सोचा था कि मैं ये बोलूंगा कि ये क्लास 1 ऑफिसर्स में ये होते हैं, इनकी जो प्रमोशनल एवेन्यूज है ये मतलब काफी अच्छा है कि जब APPO
जी
होता है तो 7 साल के
एडवोकेसी
बाद ही
में
PP बन
अगर
जाता है।
अगर आप रेन्यूमरेशन की बात करते हैं तो एडवोकेसी एक
जी,
ऐसा फील्ड है जहां पे आपको देयर
देयर इज
इज
नो
नो
लिमिट, देयर इज नो
लिमिट.
लिमिट।
ठीक है, तो वो चीज आपका
श्योर।
नहीं बन सकता वहां पे. ठीक है,
जी 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 बिल्कुल।
एडवोकेसी में देयर इज नो लिमिट. इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द पावर, तो पावर में ऑल,
अथॉरिटी।
हाँ अथॉरिटी पावर इफ वी टॉक अबाउट,
बिल्कुल।
तो वहां पे अगर आप जनरल एडवोकेसी की बात करें और APO की बात करें तो देयर इज अ डिफरेंस. ठीक है, तो
देयर इज
गो
अ
थ्रू विद द
बिग
पावर्स.
डिफरेंस।
ठीक है,
जी जी।
गो थ्रू विद द पावर.
ओके मैम।
एनीथिंग एल्स? प्रेजेंटेशन इज वेरी
बस
गुड, वेरी मच प्रेजेंटेबल, डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट. बस थोड़ा सा जिगलिंग अराउंड नहीं करना बस.
नहीं करना।
दैट इज द
थैंक यू
ओनली.
सो मच मैम, आपसे बात करके बहुत अच्छा लगा।
थैंक यू
तो
सो
आई
मच.
होप यू विल प्रे फॉर मी।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, आई विल बी डूइंग दैट, डोंट वरी. ओके,
थैंक
एंड
यू
वंस
सो
द
मच,
रिजल्ट इज
आपका
आउट
बहुत
लेट
कीमती
मी
वक्त
नो.
आपने निकाला। डेफिनेटली यू विल बी द फर्स्ट पर्सन मैम, थैंक यू सो
थैंक यू
मच।
सो मच.
थैंक यू सो मच।
ऑल द बेस्ट,
थैंक यू
ऑल द
थैंक
वेरी
यू
बेस्ट.
थैंक
थैंक
यू
यू.
सो मच मैम, थैंक यू थैंक यू।